Hello everybody, I hope everybody finds a good day for y'all. You notice we are doing kind of a voiceover on the on this boring snowblowing video that I have just laying around. I figured I'd use this as a good opportunity instead of these guys staring at my ugly mug sitting there talking. Give you something to look at anyway. I had an incident happen just this last week. I have this off and on, so it's not really a big deal in my eyes. Because you deal with people that think they know the laws and they really don't and stuff, but they're just spout it off and they don't. And I had an opportunity actually to correct them, even though it probably didn't really make a difference. Yeah, you see me there adjusting the blower, the blow spout. You use my riding gloves to blow snow, nice and warm. Okay, let's go on this. Everybody that knows my videos knows that every Tuesday I normally work with a certain establishment, which is, they basically have a church portion of it, and they're known for the church portion, but they're really not a church per se. But yeah, they had an incident happen where they had, say, it was an MR person that came in, and they were worried about this MR person carrying a knife with them, pretty good sized knife, but was still within legal limits. And they asked him not to carry because he was basically called, and he just didn't feel safe with it. Well, it got through the grapevine to them somehow that I can still carry, which, I mean, that kind of bothers me a little bit, but that's not really part of the story. So later on down the road, the gentleman runs the place. He called me into his office and asked me to talk to him, and I said, sure, no problem. And I walked in there and he said, Mike, do you conceal carry? And I said, yeah, actually I do. Since it was just me and him there, I had no problem telling him that. But he said, do you know it's illegal to conceal carry here? And I looked at him and said, no, it's not illegal to conceal carry here. And he looked at me and said, yeah, it is. I said, no, it's not. And I asked him, I said, first, is this a federal facility? And he said, no. And I looked at him and said, obviously. I told him, I said, is this a hospital that has a mental health facility? And he said, no. I said, well, that covers two places, because it's not a hospital with a mental health facility. I told him, I said, is it a school? Now, let alone it, they did have a child care facility slash day school there for adult children at one point in time, but they no longer have that there. He said, no, not anymore. I said, exactly. And I told him, I said, there's other things that could fall under, but that doesn't. So I pulled up my cell phone and I brought up the Pennsylvania website for concealed carry and the laws and stuff. And I showed it to him. And here, I mean, he said, okay, then it's not illegal, really. He said, no, it's not at all. And he said, Mike, do you have a permit for this? And I told him, I said, because it was still in my holster, it was still concealed. He said, I said, yeah, and I actually, even though I really didn't have to, I pulled my wallet out and I showed my permit. I said, I'm totally permitted with it. He said, okay. He said, I have no problem with that. He said, so it's not illegal. We told you that. I told him, now, where it comes into the gray area a little bit, he said, it's not even illegal. So I told him, I said, but, where it comes into it, if he would ask me to leave with it and don't bring it back onto the property again, so I said it comes in under trespassing. That comes under the trespassing part. Because even if he had signs up that says, for example, if I went into a mall and I see no gun signs, no weapon signs in a mall, that falls under, well, trespassing. If I have a concealed carry, if they find out that I have it, unless I start brandishing it or something, take it out, flip it around, everything, it still only falls under trespassing. So I mean, if I refuse to leave, that is. So I mean, it really only falls under trespassing. And he says, well, I can't. Let's get back to the story here. He said, well, I'm not going to tell you that I don't want. You can't bring it here. I told him, I said, well, you don't. How, to make you feel better. I said, well, how do you feel? I said, well, how do I feel? I said, I prefer not to have it around, because I mean, there's a lot of people here, come here that are, say, MR, or they're just not right in the head. As he put it. This is his words, not mine. And I told him, I said, well, that's the reason why I carry it, because people are not right in the head, do bad things. And he said, I understand that, and then I can agree with that. I said, but then he said, I told him, how do you feel about me carrying? He said, well, I'm not comfortable. I said, I'll tell you what we'll do is, he knew that I had to go to the back of my vehicle to do something, to pick something up on my vehicle. I told him, I said, well, you know I'm going back on my vehicle. I said, hey, I may or may not put it in my vehicle and lock it up. I said, you don't know either way, but you can assume one way or another. He said, yeah. I said, well, play at that. He said, because you didn't tell me to have it, and you didn't tell me either way. I told him, I said, well, you told me, and he said, you're not going to tell me not to bring it in, so it's really my choice. But I think it made him happy. But it really shows to you that the people really don't know what they're talking about. They love spouting off things that they have they have no idea about. But here, knowing, realizing that he was more liberal, and now I know liberals love to fact check. And so I used their fact checking back on him to say, okay, here's the facts. I'm showing it to you clean, right out, black and white. This is the website, and you agreed it's a state website. It showed them the laws and everything. I mean, it's not really gray most of the time. It's surely black and white. And as long as you know the law, you do very well. I mean, carrying knives. I mean, if you go with knives that are over a certain length, I mean, is it legal to carry it? I mean, my hunting knife is longer than the normal they normally agree with for carrying around town. But yet, if I come out right out of the woods, I'm not going to take my knife off and have it laying around and forget about everything. I'm going to have it on my side. But as long as I don't have it out brandishing it, everything is kosher. You know, everything works out too well. Well, it's actually coming up on 8 minutes, and I've been doing this. We'll see how this works. If everybody likes this, maybe we'll squeeze this in once in a very, very blue moon. I am not a big fan of doing this myself. I've seen a lot of people doing this, but yet I figured let's go ahead and use this. That way I don't have wasted footage. This footage is actually, if you notice, it's kind of fish-eyed and everything, kind of wobbly and everything from the vibration of the snowblower. And I'm actually using the Hero 2 to do this. So, and I've actually put this mount on the snowblower a few years ago. Made a weird video. But like I said, this is the cleanup. The last storm we had, and this is actually just clean. I've actually snowblowed twice to clean the pathways out. And I have more of this. You see right here, I'm going across. There's actually a disabled individual in that building right in front of us in the picture, and I chose to go ahead and clean their sidewalks out so they can get out in the wheelchair and stuff. But this is MuzzleMike. Hope you all have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a scourging I'm showing. Signing out.